in the effective marketing of personal services as his annual inventory in merchandising. Moreover, the yearly analysis should disclose a decrease in faults and an increase in virtues. One goes ahead, stands still, or goes backward in life. One's object should be, of course, to go ahead. Annual self-analysis will disclose whether advancement has been made, and if so, how much. It will also disclose any backward steps one may have made. Effective marketing of personal services requires one to move forward, even if the progress is slow. Your annual self-analysis should be made at the end of each year, so you can include in your New Year's resolutions any improvements which the analysis indicates should be made. Take this inventory by asking yourself the following question and by checking your answers with the aid of someone who will not permit you to deceive yourself as to their accuracy. And my aha moment comes from chapter 3, and that's the section on faith. Repetition of, I'm going to read a blurb from there. Repetition of affirmation of orders to your subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion of faith. And that word only really sticks out for me, just in terms of part of my journey over the past 4 years is releasing over 80 pounds, well, closer to 90, but over 80 pounds that I've kept off intentionally. And it's through a method, through a system of for me, I'm not saying for anybody else, no sugar, no flour, and lots of support and prayer and community support from others. And my commitment was reading the self-confidence formula daily and writing it daily. My aha moment from chapter 3 says that is the system, that is the method that I'm supposed to be using, and you hear the word supposed to, because I did not keep my commitment for all 7 days. So that was my aha moment, Carla. That is the system that you are looking for to get to the next level. So my commitment for this week is, and I'm not moving from this commitment until I consistently do it 7 days a week, writing the self-confidence formula as well as reading the self-confidence formula daily. So that's my aha moment. And who else would like to share their aha moment?
Good morning. This is Beverly. I'll go next.
Come on, Beverly.
I'm reading in the chapter on the subconscious mind, and it says, everything which human beings create begin in the form of a thought impulse. No one can create anything which he or she does not first conceive in thought. Through the aid of the imagination, thought impulses may be assembled into plans. The imagination, when under control, may be used for the creation of plans or purposes that leads to success in one's chosen occupation. And then there's a poem on the next page, and it says, you never can tell what a thought will do in bringing you love or hate. For thoughts are things, and their airy wings are swifter than carrier doves. They follow the law of the universe. Each thing creates its time, and they speed over the track to bring you back whatever went out from your mind. And so just that, simple phrase, thoughts are things, that really resonated when we focus our desires on what our thoughts are. That's what we're going to get back, whatever it is that we're focusing on. And our minds will continually focus on that thought, subconsciously thinking of ways to bring those thoughts into existence or manifestation. So there's a list of 4 sources that it says where our thoughts come from. And it says infinite intelligence is number one. Number two is one subconscious mind, wherein is stored every sense impression or thought impulse which ever reached the brain through any of your five regular senses. Number three is the mind of some other person who has just released the thought or picture of the idea or concept through conscious thought, and the other person's subconscious storehouse. So I've been thinking on those ways that thoughts come to you, and I'm a kind of person, I generally have lots of papers because I have a journal or a book with me, and I'm writing down everything that has come to me, or everything that my mind has been exposed to, that I want to later go back and do some additional research on. And that's how I don't lose the because you can have a great idea, and then you're constantly moving and just going about your daily life, and sometimes those things kind of fall to the wayside and you don't remember. But I try to keep pen and paper with me so that I can write down everything that I think that I'm going to come back to or want to come back to at a later date. That's how I keep control of never losing ideas or witty inventions that I got inspired or whatever. And so that was my aha moment, was to just write everything and then examine those sources of where those thoughts are coming from. And I'm going to continue to read in the chapter on the subconscious, and still working on furthering my expansion into the biosolids field. Had a meeting yesterday, and got some great information, and so I'm still boning up on all of the elements that goes into biosolids. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you so much for sharing, Beverly. Who would like to share next?
I'll share. My reading came from chapter 2 of Faith. It is a known fact that the emotion of love is closely akin to the state of mind known as faith. Love comes very near to translating one's thought impulses into their spiritual equivalent. During his research, the author discovered from the analysis of the work and achievements of hundreds of men of outstanding accomplishment that there was an influence of a woman's love behind nearly every one of them. The emotion of love in the human heart and brain creates a favorable field of magnetic attraction. This causes an influx of the higher and finer vibrations that are afloat in the ether. And I just want to share that I haven't been able to stay on top of my calling people for, I'm a realtor and for listing appointments, but I'm going to show love to myself and be okay with the fact that I can start afresh every single day. And my commitment to myself is going to be to maintain. My commitment to myself was to maintain 10 listing callings a day, and I only achieved 5. So I'm going to show grace and mercy to myself and say that this week I am going to do. I'm going to do 5 listings a day. I'm going to do 5 listing calls a day, try to get listing appointments. And my aha moment was just, we've got the self-confidence formula, and we're writing it down, and we're, speaking it out loud. But we do have to remember that love is behind achievement as well, and that includes love to ourselves and grace and mercy. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you. Was that Peter Gay? What was your name? I'm sorry.
That was Tiffany from Concord, North Carolina.
Oh, sorry about that, Tiffany. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Tiffany. Who would like to share next?
Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Tanya from Louisiana. I'm reading on on page 240 from the epilogue with fear. Before you can master an enemy, we must know its name, its habits, and its place of abode. As you read, analyze yourself carefully and determine which, if any of these six common fears have attached themselves to you. Do not be deceived by the habits of these subtle enemies. Sometimes they may remain hidden in the subconscious mind where they are difficult to locate and still more difficult to eradicate. And that was my aha moment when I noticed when I started reading the subconscious formula pretty much every day and have it right in front of me in my office. I wasn't writing it every day. I said I would write it every day, but I do read it every day and repeat it throughout the day. I noticed that those subtle fears that I was having from the repetition of reading the formula and writing it at times, those subtle fears, they don't attach. They will remove themselves once we do the analytical work and analyze the areas of our lives that those fears and the doubt can hide in. So I'm going to continue to read it every day, but my goal is to write it every day. Right now, I'll be writing it 3 or 4 times a week, but I want to write it every day to continue on releasing those fears that may be hidden back in my subconscious mind.
Thank you for sharing, Tanya. Keep coming back. Who else would like to share? Some great shares today. So, are you clear about what you want in your business and your life? Was somebody coming in?
I was going to come in. This is Tasha from Fayetteville.
Go ahead, Tasha.
I don't have my book right here with me, but I'm still in organized planning. And one of my things is about, clutter-free. And I've been more productive, during reading this. One of the things that I had set was to work on my website. And so I did update my business social media page. So that was an accomplishment. And I also have been approved to travel to a conference where I'll be speaking. So that's the travel details were finalized. So thank God. So preparing for the speaking event. And that's it. So my goal for next week is to still work on the website and get that up and running. And I'm also doing like a branding magazine thing that will be out in March. So I'm excited for the things God has for me and my business. So thank you all for letting me share. All right.
Thank you for sharing, Tasha, and congratulations on that win. So, are you clear about what you want in your business and your life? Are you seeking accountability to stay on track and achieve your goals, especially when it comes to your financials? You could be our guest at the next Clarity Mastermind. It'll be the first Monday in March, and we will be as anyone else would like to share their aha moments and if they kept their accountability. So I want you to think about the ways you benefited from this call. Now, who do you know that could use accountability to build momentum in their life? Invite them to join us for the next Friday Accountability Mastermind. They can register on Eventbrite under Think and Grow Rich, the Accountability Mastermind. It's important not to just give them the number, but for them to register themselves on Eventbrite, because you'll get the automated call. And you want to be able to help others stay on track and achieve their goals. Anybody else would like to share their aha moments and their commitments for the upcoming week? We're also looking for volunteers to help host the Friday Accountability Call. We'll provide you with clear instructions, training, and a script If you're interested in volunteering, please reach out via the Facebook Think and Grow Rich Mastermind page. Who else would like to share their aha moments and if they kept their intentions?
Hey, Carla, this is Lavandria. This is my first time joining, but I just wanted to share that one thing that I'm learning more specifically after reading the book is about my dialogue and how I speak about myself overall. I used to say I'm trying and things like that, but now I'm learning and I'm more self-aware that I'm figuring things out as a person that is now newly licensed as a general contractor. So I am learning actively and momentum is definitely building. So although things may seem slow, I watch how I talk and speak and I'm seeing that things are coming to pass a lot differently than when I changed my language. So that was kind of my aha moment.
That is amazing, Lavonda, and congratulations on becoming that general contractor. And keep coming back and just, again, welcome. This is your first time here. Anyone else? Any other first-time callers that would like to share? We would love to welcome you. Right. So we continue every Saturday. We have the Saturday Think and Grow Rich Mastermind Live every Saturday a.m. Eastern Time. This session brings together like-minded individuals committed to applying the timeless principles of Think and Grow Rich. And what I love about it is just the consistency. So I'm assuming that we will focus on faith. We'll have a special guest speaker on faith, so that again you can tune into the YouTube channel. And McNeill, please follow ANNMCNEILL, and you can subscribe on our YouTube channel. And I want you to also be prepared to attend. It seems, oh, that's so early. That's next year, Carla. January, I believe it's January 9th and 10th of 2027, the Think and Grow Rich annual accountability meeting in Boca Raton, Florida. I've registered already. I can't wait to attend. So again, just the reminders. And would you like to close us out with a few words? Or share your aha moments as well? Oh, we might have lost it.
First, I need to unmute myself. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, greetings, everyone from Fiji. Okay, I am reading over the faith principle. And as always, the beginning of this principle just resonates with me. It says, faith is the head unit of the mind. When faith is blended with the vibration of thought, the subconscious mind, and thank you so much for that, Beverly, instantly picks up the vibration, translates it into its spiritual equivalent, and transmits it to infinite intelligence, as in the case of prayer. And for each one to talk about the subconscious mind, I think it was Tanya, also, this resonates with me because it helps me in the writing, the reciting, and the listening to the self-confidence formula. Every day, it connects. I'm finding for me, my faith, my subconscious mind increases my belief and the ability to know that I have everything that I need. I just have to be willing to continue to do the work. He goes on to say the emotions of faith, love, and sex are the most powerful of all major positive emotions. When these three are blended, they have the effect of cool coloring of thought in such a way that it instantly reaches the subconscious mind, where it is changed into its spiritual equivalent. The only form that induces a response from infinite intelligence. And I have to read that again. When the three are blended, they have the effect of coloring the vibration of thought in such a way that it instantly reaches the subconscious mind, where it is changed into its spiritual equivalent, the only form that induces a response from infinite intelligence. And that was my aha from the reading. My commitment for next week is to continue to read in this faith principle. My commitment for the International Mastermind Association as a nonprofit was to connect with one person per week regarding how to start and run a successful mastermind group. And I did keep that commitment last week. My commitment for this week coming up is to connect with one more person and helping them to connect with and understand how to start and run their own successful mastermind group. And for any of you that's interested, please join us every Tuesday for our Q&A session that we do. It's live on YouTube and McNeill YouTube. Please subscribe so you get the notifications every Tuesday. Thank you so much also, Ms. Drummond, for coming on Tuesday. You were very helpful in helping us to better understand some things we need to do and sharing with people. When you start your mastermind group, only start with one person, even if it's a family member. And I know we get excited a lot of times and we want to invite everybody, but that's a really good way of not having success. But if you start with one family member and the two of you must be in total agreement on the third family member or friend, and the three of you must be in total agreement on the next family member or friend, you will find you will have a much greater success in the achievement of your family and friends mastermind group. So that's my commitment for next week to help at least one more person with the forming of their group and the reading of the second principle, which is faith. I do want to mention, though, Carla, we do have Dr. Yuri Jolly is going to be our special guest tomorrow. And for those of you that's interested, if you know Dr. Jolly, you can join us. If you don't know him, you definitely should join him. Join us with him tomorrow as our special guest on the Visible Rich Mastermind Live. That will be on YouTube tomorrow. We'll also stream it live on Facebook, and we'll also be on the Zoom. So all of these details we share, we send them out to you. And if you're interested, also share with some family and friends to join us there. That's it for me. Carla, I want to thank everybody. We look forward to seeing everybody on tomorrow. Thank you.
May I ask a question before we close out?
Yes.
And may I, who is I? Who is I?
Now that I have permission. Hey there, it's Althea. Althea. And
good morning.
Good morning. I assume it's nighttime for you. On the other side of the globe. Glory to God.
It's actually 11:30 at night for me.
Woo! Awesome. Well, thank you for being with us and constantly a source of inspiration and encouragement. And I just have a practical question because I come on this call and I want to be able to say the things that you all are saying. I have a practical question. When you all say that you read the book daily, are you all walking around with the book? Do you sit in the morning before you do anything and read the book? Do you read the book on your Kindle? How are you all reading this book every single day? That is just a practical question I need answered so I can adopt it.
I can start with my response, and if Carla can give hers, and if anybody else is on here, just unmute yourself and we can have that dialogue. For me, I have a daily date with myself. And even though this is night, I went to bed yesterday so I could be up now to be on this call because I knew that I wouldn't make it, right? So I went to bed yesterday, which we are also a day ahead of you. So I'm already in Saturday. Okay, so yesterday in the afternoon at 3 o'clock my time, which would have been 9 o'clock, we had an investment club meeting. So at 9 o'clock Eastern time, so 3 o'clock my time in the afternoon, I went to sleep. I got up
at 10 my time, which would be your morning, right? So every day, no matter where in the world I am, I have a daily ritual. I call it a daily date with myself. And I wrote a book on this subject called My Daily Date with Myself. And the very first thing I do every single morning is, of course, I rise, I read, pray, meditate. I journal in writing the self-confidence formula. I read also I write what's called an utmost. My utmost is a spiritual ritual that I do every morning. And then I just pick up the book and I will read a page, no more than a page. I walk, I exercise, I do all of those. It takes me a couple of hours. Now, I'm an early riser, and some of you that's on here that know, I have what's called an early riser mastermind. It's free. You can just put the word early riser in the Facebook group or anywhere. And if you want to join us, we'll send that out to you. And all we do is just type the word up. That's it, just repeat. Why? Because even for me, I need to be accountable every single morning when I wake up to text those words up to be accountable to myself. So for me, Althea, it's about the accountability. I have a mastermind group called Clarity Mastermind where I drop this information in my Clarity Mastermind. That's the accountability is held on me. And it is Ann McNeill. So those things I do, just like breathing, just like walking, exercising, taking my vitamins, it's like going to work. So it's a habit that does not come overnight. And I would share that. It's self-discipline, which is not easy, but neither is the downside of not doing it. So that's for me. And it does, some people just listen to it. I do listen on the audio. I'll do that too. But for me, there's nothing like looking at the page, even if I only read a paragraph. And then I resonate on that. And Beverly talked about this earlier in this call. And that is writing down my thoughts. And so that is a daily practice that I practice. I invest time in myself, like a bank account every day before people make withdrawals. That's it for me. So Carla, if you want to share.
Oh, yes, I am nowhere near where Ed is. I'm working towards that. I'm struggling with reading the self-confidence and writing the self-confidence formula daily. I do have the what helps me, and I do not read it daily. I don't read the book daily. I have it downloaded on my phone because if I had to find the book and look for the book wherever, so I'm much better with it being on the phone. And I want to work towards reading a page daily, but I'm not there yet. And part of the key for me is going to bed earlier, having that 2-hour block of time. The group me is the mastermind where it's not a mastermind, but for that accountability where you text when you get up and it's all over the place. But my goal is to go to bed by 10 p.m. and wake up by 5 because I do need my 7 hours sleep. But so it's all tied together, but it's a work in progress. I know where I want to go, but I'm not there yet. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
It does. So you're digital, and Miss Ann, you're physical. So you carry your book around with you wherever you go. And I guess you do too, Miss Carla.
Because it's on my phone.
No. Wait. Let's be clear. I don't physically carry a book around with me. If you go, all of this information is online. It's virtual. It's online. And I use the physical book. I have the physical book in my hand right now because I did travel with it. But when I am not able to travel with the book, I go online. I mean, think about it. If you Google Think and Grow Rich, the book, there's so many versions of it. It's virtual online. If you put in the principle of desire, or you put in the principle of faith, or you go, there's a number of different, I like using what's called sacred text. Sacred texts have all of these books, and you get the full version. There's different versions, but the principle is all the same. And it doesn't matter. I mean, think about this. Some people are visual, some are auditory. It doesn't matter. What works best for you? And I'm so glad you asked the question, Althea, because you've got to find what works best for you. And it may not be reading the book. It may be listening to the book. But the point is, what works best for you? And the real question is, what is it that you desire? So I would tell everybody this. I said this at our annual meeting. I don't want to do this. I don't like doing it. So it's not a matter of what I want to do and what I like or don't like doing. I don't like going to work for whatever number of years I did that. A lot of things I don't like doing. But I tell you what I do like. I do like doing what I want, when I want, where I want, whomever I want, as long as I want, and money is not a factor. And therefore, I have to do the self-discipline kind of thing to make that happen. Sacrificing, getting up, staying up, working late, working on myself instead of working on other people. So it goes back to what is it is your desire. That's why the desire principle of this book is so critical and it's so very important. And Napoleon Hill says, what do you want, Ann McNeill? And when I first read this on December 31st, 1979 at 9 p.m., I had never thought about that. I took whatever people gave me. You know, salary, they said, we're going to pay you $10 an hour, I had to take it. We're going to give you a penny raise, I had to take it. And then I realized, wait a minute, I can do this for myself also and keep my job. And so again, and this is for all of us, what do you each want? There are a lot of people that want things, they won't show up on this call. A lot of people show up on the call, they won't read. But it goes back to what they want. And if they're willing to become that person to get whatever it is that they want. And it's a process. It does not happen overnight. It does not. So again, I am so glad you asked the question, and hopefully this has been helpful for somebody, because the bottom line is your desire, not Ann's desire, Carla's desire, whatever it is you want. And then you have to then determine, are you willing to become that person to achieve that desire and the self-discipline and the sacrifices that are required in order to achieve that. So I know that's a little little, but I think it's critically important that we all do the self-analysis. And that's why I appreciate Carla reading those self-analysis questions. And for me, that's why the mastermind group is so critical. We have mastermind groups that want to come together and they just want to talk. About what? If you don't have a systemized process, this is what we do. We do step number 1 first when we come together. We do step number 2, then step number 3, then step number 4, then step number 5. No, we want to just talk about what we did that day. Okay, that's not a mastermind group. A mastermind group is accountability. It's about accountability. It is about utilizing a systemized process. That's why we include the reading of the book in the mastermind group. We include your reading and writing of your own personal affirmations, which is different from the affirmations from the self-confidence one. We have been doing this now for over 40 years, and we understand how it works, and everybody's not willing to be disciplined enough. When they come together, they want to do a whole lot of other things that don't equate to having the self-discipline, to be disciplined enough to stay on task. That's why we do this call. And as we all can see, many of us come on and we just want to listen, and that's great. But if you say, you know what, I'm just going to read a page or even a paragraph. I'm going to come on Friday and just share my paragraph. And that may suggest maybe I should get an accountability person to hold me accountable, so that I can keep my commitment to myself. And before you know it, it takes on a life of its own.
Amen. Thank you.
Could I add? I would like to add too after you.
This is Beverly out of Detroit, and what I do is I utilize what I call dead space. So if I'm driving, instead of listening to some music or something, I put on a book, and all the time it's not Think and Grow Rich, but it's something that, can enlighten me and enhance my thought process and, just contribute to my overall well-being. So it's Think and Grow Rich. It might be the Bible. The phones and the Kindles are the best things to slice bread in terms of, being able to help my reading, because I like to read, being able to help that go mobile. Or if I'm standing in line at Costco or the grocery store or whatever is taking me a long time and I'm just standing there, then I used to carry a book, but now I have my phone and I can just, read that self-confidence formula or read Think and Grow Rich or listen. I'm sorry, saying read, but listen. So as I'm driving or as I'm doing some housework, I'm cooking, I have my phone with me, listening to something that is relevant so that, because I may not be able to get it all in the morning like I'd like to do, but I try to get it in throughout the day and use that dead space in a creative way that, helps to remove some of that accountability from my daily tasks.
Thank you, Beverly. That was helpful. I heard one other person wanted to share. I didn't get the name.
Yeah. So this is Peter Gay, and I carry the physical book around with me most places. So you're talking about weekly to work. I always carry it. I have fallen off the read. On Spotify, the book is on in chapters, and often when washing dishes or doing something around the house. But this is what I will say. When I first started this call back in April, I was not reading the book every day, but I was reading something from the book every week in order to have an aha. But I found that I was reading the book, I was saying the self-confidence formula, but I wasn't doing the things in the self-confidence formula. And then my aha was to start to do those things. Taking the book with me, like physically carrying the book when I change my bag and putting the book in the next bag and touching the pages and writing in the book is very helpful for me. But what physically moving that book around has done for me is it brings Think and Grow Rich to the forefront of my mind. And that then triggers, let me see if I can listen to it on Spotify while I'm doing this. I have an appointment at the doctor. Okay, I'm going to read this while I'm waiting. And so I didn't share today, but I have the book in my lunch bag with my lunch. That's all.
Thank you, Peter Gay.
Love that. Thank you all so much. That's so helpful to me, and I really appreciate it because I've done all those things. So I'm on the right track. That's what I'm telling myself. Thank you.
And again, appreciate the question, Althea. All minds are clear. We're going to say goodbye and remember to think and grow richer.
Hi there. Just had a quick question about the early risers, how I get involved in that.
Let's see. You can text me and I'll send you the group. 215-802-0050. I'll add you to the group me. It's a group me app. Because I know Michelle is out. 215
802
0050.
0050.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Wait, I didn't catch it. One more time. 215.
Yeah, 215-802-0050.
005.
0.
The last digit.
0.
Thank you so much.
I'll say it one more time. And I'm just going to send you the group me app. So it's 215-802-0050. And it's Carla.
Got it. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. All right, thank you everyone for your engagement. See everyone tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern. You can go to the YouTube page at Ann McNeill, ANNMCNEILL, and follow it. It will notify you when it's on at 8 a.m. via YouTube.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.